Wanna give the world all the truth in me. God, He put me here to leave a legacy. Leave a legacy. Oh.
Let me just sit comfortably and tell you guys a beautiful story about a beautiful, strong woman. Like, guys, I haven't even gymmed a day in my life. Okay, I'm lying, but I'm really good at gym. But anyway, this is just the first of many videos, really going on this journey of mine, and it's, to be honest, I was quite excited to think that I'd go on this journey, because I thought, yay, I get to be that person who overcomes, that person who feel like my fro is not doing the things, be that person who can give hope, can give advice, perspective, and just really encourage people that you can overcome, that you can really have the right mindset. And when you have the right mindset, it becomes easier to overcome certain challenges. And being someone who has been diagnosed with,
You have cancer.
breast cancer, you go through a lot of emotions, like, but those who know me know that I'm very differently wired. How I deal with things is so different. I think I cried once. And I was like, real, like, oh my gosh, you know, just think about everything. But to be honest, my first thoughts were, I get to go on leave. And then I thought, oh my gosh, if I'm gonna be in the hospital, girl, you gotta do my hair. I can't be there crusty, because when you're in pain and you just had surgery, no one has time to be combing their hair in the morning. So I'm like, I better have my hair done. And I wanted ombre braids, you know. But I think when I really sat down with myself, I realized that I understood that one of the reasons why it isn't hitting me hard is because I just didn't give it power. And what I'm saying, I'm not saying the people who are emotional about the diagnosis are giving it power. What I'm saying is, because one, it's in my personality to deflect and project and just not deal with emotions. I'm like, I don't like being vulnerable, I'm not gonna deal with this. But last year I was quite sickly, in the sense that, I mean, I had issues with ulcers, I had issues with low iron, so my body was already failing me. So being told, actually, this lump that you're feeling is cancer, it was like, oh, okay. And I was saying to one of the counselors today was my first day of counseling. Today is the first, today, I think it's the first of, yes, it's the 1st of February. And I had to force myself to go, because those who know me know that I don't like being emotional and vulnerable. So I told myself I need to make myself go, so that I can overcome it. So that I cannot, like, tell myself I can be strong and deal with it on my own.
Oh, Max, you haven't told her that you have cancer, have you? And what are you waiting for?
Do not have cancer?
You can't carry this load by yourself.
I didn't imagine that when I came back to vlogging, it would be to share my cancer journey. And yeah, I use the C word, cancer journey. I'll share different things on different days. I can answer any questions people have, and we'll take it one step at a time, because I also have gone through different emotions on different days. Woo. Okay, story number one. How I found out I have cancer, and the point leading up till now, right? So on the 24th of December, my family was down in Cape Town, and I was walking back from the shops to buy a few things. And then I got home, like, as I was walking back, I had this sharp pain in my left breast. And I got home, my sister studying medicine, and I was like, oh, doctor, I'm dying, what's going on? Like, And she's like, oh, you're just unfit. Like, you just walked to the shop and now you're unfit. And as I laid down, it was this very couch, different house. As I laid down, and I was like, oh, this pain. And I felt, and I was like, why does there a lump? Why does it feel hard? What's going on? And I said, Mama, what's this? And she felt, and she was very concerned. And she was like, whoa, you need to go to the doctor right now. You need to do something. But because I know my mom stresses a lot, and if it really was a lump, and really I didn't want to stress her, so I was like, I'm going to go once they leave, which was on the 27th. So on the 27th, I think they were still here. Or 20, yeah. I went to the pharmacy for breast screening. You know, nurse was like, sister's like, yeah, there is a mass. She can tell there's a mass, so she referred me to the breast clinic. But breast clinic only opens study 11th January. I'm like, to be honest, I didn't care about the actual lump being there and what it could have possibly meant. My biggest concern was I have this pain, it's uncomfortable and it hurts. It's like having a chest pain. It's just constant, and you're like, and at first it was like once a day. It was like, okay, I feel it. Then it became every day, probably 3 times a day, where I'm feeling this pain. And this lump, this mass is growing, and it's painful. And so, you know, I told my colleague, and she was like, you know what, if the pain persists, you can go to the emergency section near the hospital. You can see a specialist. I mean, there's a lot of people, and they're gonna go on like a triage, whatever, like they're gonna determine who to see first, this emergency section. So yeah, eventually I get seen, and the specialist like, really, there is a lump and you should see a doctor. And he calls it something, but I was like, okay, cool. But he says they either open on the 4th or the 11th. Mind you, the breast clinic seems to open on Fridays. I'm like, so I must go a whole week with this pain. And I really just prayed that they would open on the 4th and not the 11th, because I really couldn't imagine waiting another week. That's how uncomfortable and the discomfort it was. So the 4th, I try my luck. I go, call them in the morning, see the doctor. He's like, you know, testing, yes, we detect 2 lumps, do blood tests. Blood tests say it's benign, but they did 2 tissue tests, tissue sampling. Guys, the needle, if I still have the photo, I'm going to put it here. The needle was like huge. And this guy is like having to like stab this huge needle in me. It was quite painful afterwards, but it was fine. And you know, it says benign, and he's like, this is what it could be. And you know, for your age, you know, it doesn't seem, because you know, they have this thing where it's like only when you're over 40, then possibly you have cancer, but under 40, there's a less chance. So it could just be like a tumor or just like a lump, a benign lump. They say, but the tissue samples will come in 2-3 weeks, then we'll actually know. So they give me a date for an ultrasound, which is in September. I'm like, I'm not waiting for September. Another 8 months with this pain, not understanding what's going on. You're gonna give me like mild painkillers. This is not gonna work. So I'm gonna go private. So I decide to book for the next week to actually get an ultrasound done. And the doctor there was amazing. And she was like, you know what? For the size and for what I'm seeing in the ultrasound, it's quite suspicious for a benign thing. Did you do a biopsy? Which is the tissue sampling. I'm like, yes, but they said about 2 to 3 weeks. So the 3rd week, like the last date was the 24th of Jan. It's probably a week before that. So she says, you know, let me just check if the results are out. We need to see what's going on. The results come back, and lo and behold, they actually show that it's cancerous. And she's like, I don't understand why they didn't contact you sooner, or like the moment they came out, because obviously the results were released. It was quite confusing. Like, okay, blood tests show benign, and now you're telling me, well, she's not being direct, because over the phone she wants me to come back because I did the test, and then I said, okay, let me go get food, I'll come back for the results. And she's like, you know, I need you to get to see a surgeon, you know, immediately, like Friday. I think I went on a Wednesday. I need you to see a surgeon Friday, and I don't know why I didn't tell you the results, but you know, like, okay, son, can you come see me? And I'm thinking, why is she speaking like this? Like, okay. And she's like, you know, I'm sure you know in your heart what I'm trying to say. And I'm like, I don't know what you're trying to say. Cousin calling. Abuti, I'm gonna call you back, okay? All right, love you. Bye. Okay. So yeah, lo and behold, it's cancerous, and honestly, my first response at that moment, she's telling me I'm sitting at work with my friend slash colleague, and I'm like, leave, leave, leave. I'm on leave, and she's like tearing up. I don't understand why you're responding like this. What is wrong with you? And I'm like, she didn't. Okay. But yeah, it hadn't sunk in. But you know what? I think, when I was speaking to my counselor, the counselor, she said, you know what, it's not a bad response to always see the good, because it makes it better to fight off this thing, because you're not giving it power, like you're not focusing on it. So your mindset, your body's resilient enough to say, when this thing comes, when you go to chemo, you are going to challenge it. You're going to say, I'm going to continue like a healthy lifestyle. I'm going to continue as normal. I'm not going to put stress on myself. And yeah, I went through it. I wasn't alone. My little sister was there. My mom kept calling. She was, my partner was there. Friends were there. So I wasn't alone. I didn't tell a lot of people at first, but yeah. And so yeah, then she confirms it's actually. I go in. She confirms it's actually cancerous, and I want you to see the surgeon. So now I then go back, and they're gonna book me for a mammogram, which is by the way, a mammogram, you feel it because it's squashing. It's like this machine, like, please go YouTube it. This machine that compresses, it's like I'm already in pain. There's already a lump, and you're wanting to try to X-rays. But we thank technology. It saved us, so thank you. And so I did X-rays, I did mammogram, blood tests, and for me it was quite interesting. I understand that you're less likely for it to be cancer when you're younger, but I mean, someone's like, I have pain. It shouldn't be painful. It's growing. You can see it's markedly bigger than the other one, but it's not like. I think we should see this immediately. It's like, it's unlikely to be this. We don't know why you're experiencing these kind of symptoms. See you in September. And imagine if I waited till then and I didn't take initiative to say, I'm not going to wait. I want to know. I want to understand what's going on and take it into my own hands. I would have had to wait for that long. And who knows? It could have spread. At the moment, it seems to be contained. Starting with chemo, yeah. And I'm not just being strong. I've had my moment of breaking down and reflecting. Not breaking down, but just realizing that it's an actual thing. I'm going to experience a lot. The word comes with a lot of, not stigma, but it comes with something. And I need to acknowledge that. And above and beyond the amazing things that I want to do, like vlog and tell the story of my journey and the people around me, it will have a toll on me. It physically, emotionally, I must acknowledge that. And so, yeah, it is. I'll actually link the video that I made on my phone, where I actually broke down. This is the first time, literally in the whole 3 weeks now that I've known, or the whole 2 months or month and a half that I've gone through this, was the first time I actually really cried or had tears and really reflected. And so it's a bit long. In itself, it's 12 minutes, but I will add it. And yeah, I trust the system. I'm quite prayerful about it. And also, deciding between, okay, I'll talk about that another time. Deciding between state and private, the costs. I'll add that when I talk about work and the dynamics of that. Yeah. Love you guys.